So the first time we met,
Yes.
right, I was running a workshop and we were delivering the very first level 1 AI native workshop, and you happened to be in that.
Yes, I'm glad I attended. Thanks to Clarence.
Yeah, very much so. I'm also very glad that you attended. And one of the interesting things for us is often in those workshops, we have quite a diverse group of people from different backgrounds, different age groups, different industries. And I'm keen to hear your thoughts. The very first time that you got introduced to Amplified Human,
Right.
and what we did in that workshop, what was your immediate feelings and experience?
Well, I, like many of us who had their first taste of ChatGPT back in 2023, where someone introduced to us, I still remember the conversation. Again, it's over coffee. I had many learning experience over coffee. You need to download this and just go back and you try it and you tell me what it is. That was version 3 chat. And ever since I downloaded, I have never stopped since then. So it opens my world on finally I have on my hands what is AI. Of course, previously before that, I know what is AI from a theoretical perspective, in an academic perspective, in a lab perspective, because there are various versions. But now finally with something that is a commercial version that every person, and if they're interested, can work with it, it opens up my AI. So when I went into the workshop, it's essentially asking, what can I learn about AI? Obviously, generative AI is something that we are familiar. But in my interactions with businesses, they have always been mentioning that, well, it is good that you prompt, it is good that you probably use it as a form of a Google or search, but that's not what AI is built for. It is essentially the power behind it. And that's where I get to understand a little bit more about Agentic AI. And thankfully, I know Clarence back in the days when I'm here in NTU. He is a great supporter of my work. And he says, Priwa, why don't you come and take a look? So I came with an open mind of what is Agentic AI. And you probably are my first teacher teaching me what is Agentic AI and what exactly is an AI agent.
And you built your first agent that day.
I built my first agent, and it probably still, light years away from perfecting this. But it's like, as a chef, you cook. Okay, I won't even want to mention chef. You learn how to cook by putting all the ingredients. It may not turn out to be the best dish, but at least you know where to put it. And I haven't stopped playing around with it since the first time that we met, and then keep cooking up. Hey, what can I use this to solve the problem? So I'm still learning. I'm still far away from building one and then give it to others. But it's good enough for me to play around. And thanks to you again, and also for Amplified Human for giving me that opportunity to learn something. And at this stage of my life, probably anything that deals with technology would be the things that excites me, other than just listening to the rest of the other podcasts.
Well, I'm honored to have been the first to introduce you, to build an AI agent with you. I think, like you mentioned earlier, it really comes down to iteration and fine-tuning and continuously enhancing, your agents, the instructions, the knowledge base.
Right.
Those are key elements that we taught you in the workshop. So context engineering, prompt engineering. And, I believe that, as I said in that workshop, right, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And I built out the operating system, and the Amplified Human operating system is meant to have no barrier to entry for anyone across any technology expertise. If you have the appetite and you want to lean into it, then you can come into that environment, start building, learning, and developing, because that's ultimately what happens, right?
And I would just want to add on, and then you're absolutely spot on. I don't have an engineering background, so to the audience who are listening now, I am an economist. I'm a trained economist, right? So yes, we probably learn a little bit about process flow, workflow in my project management work, but I don't code. I don't know how to code. So I'm coming in purely from a human perspective. of applying the knowledge. So I resonate with probably a good number of people who will be jumping upon the AI. You don't need to be an expert or a techie. Of course, for me, now I'm getting a bit more curious to understand a little bit more about workflow, RAGs, and things that is associated with this. But that's because I'm curious to understand more. But for those who are just simply starting, once you put on into whichever AI tools that you have, and then obviously some of them will come in, and after this course that we are teaching the learners, you start playing around with your AI agent, experimenting with Lego bricks, build it here and there, it collapses, it doesn't work, or it doesn't solve the problem, or it hallucinate. Well, maybe we should ask a different question. Maybe we should relook at some of the workflow, or what if? So I myself is a good example of someone who is non-techie trying to become an AI native. And to borrow your words, if I can do it, I think a lot of people who are smarter than I, younger than I, have a younger mind, more agile mind than I, will certainly be able to do this. So
amen to that. And you mentioned GPT. I think at such a pivotal moment, right? I go back to November 2023. I think it was when I first got introduced to it. And initially, I was doing very fluffy stuff. Write me a poem. So testing the boundaries of the intelligence and how human-like it was, right? Then I would say, take this poem and do it in the voice of, or through the Sun Tzu. What's the Chinese war general?
Sun Tzu.
And to flip it from an English version into that type of character and narrative, and really testing how I could very easily and fluidly navigate the intelligence. But the critical moment for me came when I was consulting one of the startups that I normally do the product market fit workshop with the startups to understand, who are they solving a problem for? What is the pain? What is the wished for gain? And I had this Excel methodology of going through this tedious process step by step to work through what technology they had built,
yes,
where the gaps were,
right,
and what they needed to do to achieve product market fit. And for some reason in that workshop, and I was with a company called X-Rater and Gert, shout out to Gert from X-Rater, I said, let me quickly test this framework. If I put it into GPT, whether or not it can provide suggestions.
Yes.
And immediately when I put the structured data into the GPT engine, and it gave me really good recommendations that condensed the time for me to look at an output and make an informed decision. And as you know, my philosophy, human, AI, human, right? Human input, AI output, human validation, verification, and fine tuning. And for me, that was the moment when my dopamine just shot through the roof.
Right.
And since then, it went forward and built the operating system and making sure that we can work together collaboratively as non-tech people to build out, because that always costs a lot of money, right? You always had to go to like an engineer or an AI expert to build something for you, and now it's democratized.
Right. Especially, you hit the nail that finally AI, as in any technology, to a business owner has to make money from them. So it is the right question to ask. Your 3 a.m., middle of the night, I got this problem. What can I do? You can do it yourself by training yourself to be using the AI tools to get it, or you can instruct someone who's able to build the tools or knowledge for you to help you to do that. So all these are all geared towards the enabling businesses. Now, because knowledge is democratized, we should be able to do that at any point in time. But it still goes back to the fundamental question of asking the right question: what is my problems, and how do I go about solving them?
That is the superpower.
That is the superpower. So to all my clients, especially those who are the SME, the small, medium enterprise, and of course in Singapore we call them the taugays, you now has got the ability, has got the assets, has got the knowledge to embrace technology to help you to solve your business problem, or not just simply to solve your business problem, how to grow your business many folds. But ultimately, the buck stops at you. You still need to make the final decision whether to invest, whether to take the solution, or whether to take the solution that is recommended and remodify, recreate it, and use all the creative power which is bestowed upon business owner to be successful, and it continues to be iterations. As I said many times, life is about experimentation. We try it, we fail, we try again, and we go on. We truly fail is when we fail to continue to do so. So that's my message to the world, and as much as we together can help make a lot of business more productive, more efficient, and of course more successful, and help individuals just purely to use AI tools, build certain things and have fun with it, just like in a Lego bricks. It makes our life so much more purposeful and fruitful, and hopefully happier.
Couldn't agree more. Should we explore the rest of this university?
Yes, I'll be delighted to do so.